Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing a simple Amaryllis cross-pollination experiment I tried right at home. I carefully cross-pollinated one flower using pollen from 3 different varieties just to see what might happen. This isn't a laboratory experiment. It's just a calm, hands-on gardening practice that any Amaryllis lovers can try. Here's what you will see in this video. Why I chose one flower and 3 varieties. How I applied the pollen step by step. What signs to watch for after pollination. And what happened weeks or even months later. If you enjoy growing Amaryllis, experimenting with flowers, or just watching plants slowly surprise you, this video is for you. Whether you are a beginner or have grown Amaryllis for years, I hope this brings you both knowledge and quiet joy. Before we begin, let's quickly clarify what cross-pollination actually means. Cross-pollination is when you take pollen from one variety and apply it to the stigma of another flower. By doing this, we can potentially create a brand new Amaryllis variety, something unique, different from both parent plants. It's like a little plant experiment right in your own home. Why I chose one flower and 3 varieties? You might wonder, why just one flower and why 3 varieties? Well, if you look closely, you'll notice that the Amaryllis stigma has 3 parts, and the Amaryllis seed pod has 3 parts as well. So I thought, what if I rubbed 3 different types of pollen onto the 3 parts of one stigma? That's my little curiosity at work. I wanted to see if combining different pollen might create something unexpected, a surprise from nature. How I applied the pollen step by step. Cross-Pollination Group 1. For double Amaryllis flowers, pollen can be found on the stamens or along the edge of the petals. Use scissors or a small brush, anything that helps you collect or transfer the pollen. Carefully rub the pollen onto one part of the stigma, making sure not to cover the other 2 parts. By the way, to prevent self-pollination, it is also advised to remove the pollens of the mother plant before cross-pollinating. Cross-Pollination Group 2. Cross-pollination between a pink and a white flower might bring even more surprises in the future. Sometimes, pollen is not easy to find on a double Amaryllis, and there won't be too much. Make sure to use it carefully. Rub the pollen onto the second part of the stigma, covering it thoroughly. We won't be able to tell which pollen was applied later, so accuracy here is important. Now, 2 parts of the stigma have been covered. Cross-Pollination Group 3. The exposure petals have white stripes in the middle, as you can see. If this trait is inherited, we can easily recognize the father plant later. Take the pollen from the exposure and rub it onto the 3rd part of the stigma. And that completes all 3 cross-pollinations. Don't forget to label the mother and father plants on a tag. It helps keep track of your experiment. Seed formation and harvest. After about a week, if the pollination succeeds, the seed pod will start to swell. It will continue to swell day by day, quietly growing under the sun. Keep the seed pod protected from rain during this period. Usually, Amaryllis seed pods take 4 to 6 weeks to ripen. When the seed pod is ready, it will turn yellow and eventually split open. That's the signal to harvest. Look closely, you will see the seed pod has 3 parts, corresponding to the 3 parts of the stigma. I will carefully divide the 3 parts and sow the seeds separately so we can track which pollen produced which seedling. I will sow them in the same container, which is divided into 3 sections, one for each pollen parent. Sowing the seeds. To sow the seeds, choose a seed starting potting mix or make your own using peat soil mixed with perlite or rice husk. Begin by moistening the soil. Amaryllis seeds need a well-draining, fertile soil to germinate successfully, but do not add any fertilizer at this stage. Gently extract the seeds from the seed pot. Place them evenly on the soil surface. It's best to sow the seeds immediately after harvest, as this often results in higher germination rate. Amaryllis seeds germinate best in warm temperatures, around 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 to 27 degrees Celsius. Once all the seeds are in place, cover them gently with a thin layer of soil. Don't bury them too deep. Water the seeds carefully using a misting bottle, so the soil stays moist but never soggy. After planting, place the pot or tray in a warm location with indirect light. After about 2 weeks, the seeds sprout and new lives begin. Those tiny seedlings, so lovely, so full of energy. Although it may take 3 to 5 years for them to bloom, watching them grow is already a rewarding and fulfilling experience. After 2 months, unlike mature amaryllis bulbs, seedlings need consistently moist soil to support steady growth. You don't need to wait until the top inch of soil dries out. Instead, mist or water lightly whenever the soil surface just begins to dry. A lack of moisture can slow growth and weaken the young plants, so gentle care is important at this stage. After 10 months, when the seedlings grow 3 to 4 leaves, it's time to transplant them, either into individual pots or into a larger container, and add some organic or slow-released fertilizer with the potting mix. And when I separated them, I noticed something very interesting. Even though the seedlings were grown in the same container, with the same water and sunlight, the seedlings from different groups grow very differently. In one group, most seedlings were strong and healthy. In another group, they were smaller and weaker. That difference must come from the father plants. I don't yet know what these amaryllis hybrids will look like when they bloom, but I do know this. From one mother plant, I now have seedlings from 3 different fathers. Let's wait and look forward to the surprises they may bring. Thank you for watching, and feel free to share your own pollination experiences in the comments. Bye!